Hi, I wanted to share with you today my favorite topic, all about love. So, in order to get inspired, I went on the internet and put in the words, what is love? So, the first thing I came across was a video song by a Trinidadian German Eurodance artist, Hadaway. And the name of the song is What is Love? But his premise throughout the song is, please don't hurt me. So that is the perspective of love, that I'm going to love you so deeply and there's a good chance you're going to hurt me. And many of us feel that way. So then I kept looking and I came across an article by Rabbi Shais Taub. It's in the Chabad.org newsletter or website. He's an Orthodox Judaism Hasidic philosopher. So he says, why do we ask what is love? When we're truly engaged in giving and receiving love, we don't ponder such philosophical questions. It's only when something is lacking that we begin to analyze and contemplate what that thing actually is. And then he goes on to say that the Hebrew word for love, ahava, reveals this true definition of love. For the word, I'm not sure of my pronunciation, ahava, is built upon the root consonants H and V, which means to give. Most of us don't think of love as what we're giving. In order for love to be real love, it has to be expressed as an action, as giving. If you love your beloved, then you must show it. By the same token, if you are loved, that will show too. You will recognize it by the way you're treated. So the next time you think about love, think about, how am I showing love? How am I giving love? Not just to your most intimate partner and not just to your children that you absolutely adore or your pets that you can't live without because they're so appreciative of everything you do. But how are you giving love to the people in your life wherever you are? How are you showing that love and appreciation? So I kept on looking, and another person that I came across was Lazer Gurkow. He had a podcast which he said, what is love when 1 and 1 equals 1? And I found that interesting, so I listened to it. And he talked about something that we don't really think about very often. He says that our body is self-serving, that we have to be self-serving because God put us on this earth and we have to survive. So if we're not out for ourselves, we're not going to survive. If we're hungry, we have to eat. If we need water, if we need affection, whatever it is we need it to survive. So that's an important quality. But if all we are is focused on surviving in our own body and getting our needs met, no matter how that affects other people, there's a problem. And so he points out that we have another part to us, our inner self, our soul. And our soul is selfless. So if we're living just by our soul, we will give everything away. We would just not even try to support ourselves, not try to survive, and we would not last. So we need our body for self-preservation. But if we only serve ourselves, we lose out on all the love that's possible. So he says, and I'm putting it into words, narcissism is the language of our body. Our body is narcissistic. The needs have to be met. Love is the language of the soul. Love is selfless. The body sees giving to others as a way of losing for myself. But love is giving to another because that other person is you. Our inner spirits are the same. We all have a piece of God within us, and that part is the same. So there's an old Hasidim uh, saying or story that they had such intense love for each other that they would say, "My last piece of bread is yours like it is mine." And they always say yours before mine. The selflessness that fuels and energizes love is what makes love possible. And one other statement is the Talmud says, love compresses the flesh, which makes love possible. And what they mean is they're talking mostly about marriage. Marriage brings two people together, not only physically, but also spiritually and emotionally, so that they literally become one person. So we sometimes see that in marriage. We sometimes see that with parents and children. We see that with people with their pets. But how many times do we see that with people who just feel one with everyone that they know, who give without that expectation of receiving, people who really know how to love? And I can say I've been studying love, I've been teaching about it, and I have this beautiful 30 love lessons. And boy, it's so easy to forget to love, let my body take over, and be narcissistic and only want my own needs met. So I can personally attest to that. It's not easy. But what I like is because I've studied this so much, I keep remembering to love. And so I may get angry or may get upset, but I come back to that love. Do you? Are you able to come back to love? Please share what your perspective is on love. I would love to hear about it. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.